Hey there, traders. Well, I tell you what, this is one crazy market right now. I am so excited to get into live trading and backtesting today, but I can't do it without your help. This is where you come to town and you get to participate wholeheartedly in this episode because I'm here for you guys. I need you to do me a favor and in the chat box right now, type in two things for me. Type in the one trade this week where you are like, I'm on fire. Ain't nobody ever seen anything like this before, right? The one where that you're bragging about, the one that you're already tweeting about, that you sent a text to your mom telling her how great it was. But then I also want you to tell the other one because there's probably a few more of those. Tell me the other stock that you lost your lunch money on. Listen, there's no judgment here. We're just going to take a look at these stocks. We're going to look at the data and we're going to find out which stocks have the best back test on them. That is what we're going to be doing today on today's live trading and backtesting.
This is the How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast, brought to you by 10MinuteStockTrader.com, where we cover finance, stocks, options, entrepreneurship, education, and money. And here's your host, voted one of the top 100 people in finance, Christopher Uhl.
Well, hello, traders. Thank you so much for letting me come and hang out with you today. My name is Christopher Uhl, and I teach people how to trade and take the guesswork out of trading in only 10 minutes a day. That's what we do over at 10MinuteStockTrader.com. And also what we're going to be doing today on today's live trading and backtesting. So this show is going to have three different segments here. The first one, we're going to be talking about the market, looking at what's going on, taking a look at some of the stocks that's in our portfolio. Next, we're going to be looking at your audience requests. So I need you in the chat box to put in your favorite stock of the week and the one that stole your lunch money right out of your pocket. That bully at school who took your money and you weren't able to get that Tootsie Roll that you were looking for. I'm sorry, it happens. I know, I get it. And then the third part of today's show, we're going to be talking about a little bit of trader psychology because I'm telling you right now, if you do not have the mindset to win, you're never going to win. So thank you guys for coming. Let's see who's online today. Chase, welcome, man. No, you're the GOAT. I appreciate that. Izzy Pop talking about some SQ calls. And Brendo's talking about space, not spice. Q's in 335 puts. That probably did pretty well this week. Dimitri, I think that's Dimitri. I'm going to do my best to say it. VC and Sofi. Money Mitch says, let's go, people. Let's do this. Fernando is here. Isaac, hey, man, how are you? Isaac is one of my 10-minute traders that joins me every single day in the 10-minute trading room. And, man, Isaac, I am so glad to see you here this awesome afternoon. And Kevin says, you got this. Well, you got this too, dude. Let's do it. All right, so first, let's get into, let me add it to the stream. All right, so this is where my head is at with the market. I was sharing this with the members of the 10-minute trading room today, and my concern was if we lose this level here, where we've been defended at 427.50, if we lose this level, I think we may be in for a world of hurt. Right? We've been bouncing right off that. This was October. We bounced off of it again a few weeks ago, and we just took it down hard with a big, strong red monkey hammer today. I don't know where this is going to lead, but I am concerned. All right, as you should be as well. Stocks are down. We're looking at the SPY. We're down from all-time highs to right now 12%. We're officially in correction territory. When we hit the 20% level, we'll be in bear market. I don't know where this is going. If you know, or if you think you know, do me a favor in the chat. Type in what you think we might be seeing for the next level for the SPY. I'm very curious to see. We can have a discussion on it. But the way that I trade is I use what we call the 10 minutes to freedom trading strategy. Now, this was named by my trading group, the 10-minute stock traders. And the way that it works is we start with the market. It's pretty easy to tell by looking at just a few items here which way the market is moving. And when you look at that, you look at a few core components. First, you look at the S&P 500 moving averages. You look at the market breadth. And then you look at our artificial intelligence data, which we use is called FinClub. But right now, we're only taking a look at the market. And the way that we decide the trend is by looking at the 10-day moving average under the 20-day moving average, with price being under the 50-day moving average. Now, all of this holds true. This is very bearish posture to me. These green circles, I don't know if you noticed this, but the last 3 Tuesdays in a row, we had a big pop. And This Tuesday, it just wasn't enough, and it just collapsed. Let's see who else has joined the chat here. Fernando, Brindo got smashed. Riff Raff, how can you hold individual stocks more than a day in this market? That's really well said. Absolutely. If you're a 10-minute trader, how do you have more than 10-minute intraday chart? Dude, we trade at the end of the day. Here's a quick lesson for you, G Gotch. Whenever you trade, I would really, really recommend you focus on the end of the day, the last hour, last 30 minutes, as long as you can get it at the end of the day, because that's when the institutions are coming in, right? That's when the JP Morgans, that's when the hedge funds, that's when the Goldman Sachs, that's when all the big money's coming to town is at the end of the day. And that's all you got to trade. If you trade in the last half hour of the day, that's all you need. And yeah, our strategy, I mean, literally, when it's step by step the way that we do it, it's only 10 minutes a day. And you're right, Monkey Hammer does not sound good. For the time frame, I'm just looking daily, right? For me, we're just looking at daily charts here, and right now, looking kind of scary. Izzy Pop says SPY time frame 1 day, 1 week. Yeah, weekly for sure. Riff Raff is saying easily could fall under 400. I could see it. I'm not going to say it will, but I definitely could see it. Looking at 414 support, maybe, then 404, then 380. AV Steel says he made over 100%, 150% in SPY, MU, and Apple puts. A lovely day. Hey, man, we don't always get those lovely days, so take it and enjoy it. He's been trading for 34 years. You always love new eyes on stuff. Dude, we're all in the boat here. We're all trading the same market. And yeah, I think we might see a green tomorrow SPY. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's do this. So here's a few trades that we put on over the last week. And I talked to him with you guys last week. These are some that we back tested short inside of our trading room, but also that I mentioned that we were going into. So GPS, let me go to my strategy tester. I'm going to pull up our 5-day. Now, this is my personal back test that I run here. And GPS really lined up strong and is following very clearly, actually outperforming its back test there. So currently I'm short GPS, Roblox. This one is a crazy one, right? Because I got in the day before Kathy Woods decided to announce to everybody that she got in $20 million worth. And I don't know. I was texting, or I put this on Twitter earlier today. It feels like Kathy Wood has lost her touch. Now, I'm not saying I'm smarter than her, not at all, but I am following the trend, and the trend is down, Kathy. I'm here for you. If you ever need help with how to do a trend line, just let me know. We're also in Dish Network, and Dish Network also following inside of its back test. This is the reason we do these back tests, is to actually see what's going on in the market, to see what the data shows. And hey, you know what? Every once in a while, it does all right. So let's go back to SPY, and let's go to the second part of today's episode. This is where we're going to talk about your stocks. So if you haven't already done this, go to the chat box, put in your number one pick this week that you made the most money on, put in the one that took your lunch money. And while you're over at the chat box, hit smash the like button. That's what I'd love to know, right? Let Benzinga know that you appreciate this kind of content. And, that's the way that you can pay me back. And especially if I talk about your stocks and you don't smash the like button, we're going to have a talk. So smash that like. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the audience requests. All right, so I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to work my way down. And if I miss you, go ahead and hit the chat box again. But it helps if you smash like. There's a little YouTube algorithm hack that if you smash like, I'll see it more. I don't know. This could be true. It might not be true. I don't know. But what I want to do is I'm going to clear off my charts. I'm going to take every single thing off except for one trend line. This is the 10-day exponential moving average. Now, the 10-day really gives you an idea of, is price higher than the last 2 weeks, or is price lower than the last 2 weeks? So it gives you an idea, gives you an indication of if prices are going up or if prices are going down. Because sometimes, right, like I remember when I first started trading, looking at a chart like this, I'd say, geez, I don't know which way it's going. Is it trending up or down? It's just looking kind of weird. But you throw out one simple line on there, as all the YouTube ads say, it really brings things to light, right? So the strategy that we're going to do today is going to be really simple. It's going to be an entry point over the 10-day, exit point under the 10-day. And when you do this, you're going to have times where you've got a big move up and then, tiny choppy losses, and that happens. And then you're going to avoid all these big moves down. So let me build that up here in the chat box. Start typing in your favorite stocks that we want to talk about here as I build this up, and I'm going to walk you through it here. Our entry parameters will be a condition of price, close, greater than the indicator of the 10-day exponential on the chart. Now, the exit parameters will be a condition of price, close, less than indicator, the 10-day moving average. So entry signal is going above, exit signal crossing below. That's it. That's all we're looking at here. Run that on the SPY and you'll see that, let me change this as well for the last 1,000 candles. You'll see that following this strategy on the SPY would give you a 20% return. That's not too shabby. Now you look at the number next to it and immediately your thought is, hey, wait a minute. This says 59.97%. The SPY is up 59.97% in the last 1,000 candles. That's unbelievable. And it kind of illustrates the point that if you're throwing a dart 1,000 candles ago to now, you have no control over that. But what you do have control over is the strategy. And if I can see a positive expectancy by following a strategy, that's what I need to see. All right, here we go. We're going to look at Izzy Pop's SQQQ first. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is a leveraged short ETF. Yeah, for sure. Now, with a leveraged ETF, long or short, you've got to be really, really cautious and move in and out of these quickly because mathematically, they will decay to zero. That's why when you look at the results here, it shows a negative 86%. But that doesn't mean that you can't do really well before that happens. So yeah, this one looks really sharp there, Izzy Pop, but be careful. There's a good chance that this could run out. Brendo in space, SPCE. All right, so space has this is awesome. This is why we backtest right here, Brendo. You ready? If you held the stock from 1,000 candles ago to now, you'd be down 19%. However, if you follow this strategy, just one line, nothing else, you'll be up 218%. Now, if that doesn't convince you to backtest your stocks and to follow a really simple strategy, just don't buy anything, I don't know what does, right? It's like 1,000% difference here from negative 20% to positive 200%. Brendo, smash like, my friend. That was a good one right there. All right. Dimitri, I hope I'm saying that right. Please forgive me. VC, I feel like that's what you're trying to tell me here. Yes. Okay. Oh man, this one's cool. Check it out. So this is also another reason why we backtest, right? If you held the stock 1,000 candles to now, 7.6% return. Or following a simple strategy, up 49, call it 50% return. And this is an open backtest, which is why you see this line, this cloud going out on the chart here. This blue line is the average of the data, and the blue cloud around it is the lower 25% and upper 75% quartiles here. So yeah, this is outperforming its backtest significantly, but you can see it's a great monster backtest. Really, really good one. Now let's look at Sofi. This was the one I bet took your lunch money. And it happens, man. Don't worry about it. Following the strategy, honestly, it's not any better than running the stock, right? Both are down single digits, but yeah. It's definitely not one that I'm looking at right now, and I would definitely, for your sake, take a cold hard look. If you want to keep this right now, the trend is definitely down. Thanks so much for that. Fernando. Okay, so you sold calls last Friday. Okay, let's take a look. You sold calls in AAL. Now, of course, this isn't going to take into account any options pricing. This is just looking at the stock. Now, AAL is not a stock that you would want to trade using this strategy. Negative 42%, right? And it happens. Basically, you're going to get chopped up over and over and over. The average win is 17 or 7%, where the average loss is half of that, 3.9%. But it's only got a 33% win rate. And you know what this tells me? That's all right. You just trade it differently. Maybe you do the 50 day. Maybe do the 20. You just got to change it, tweak it, find what works best, and go for it. So if you sold calls, that means you're bearish. And yeah, I can see a very bearish case here. Definitely Definitely, especially on a day like today where it's down 4.5%. Good one there, Fernando. All right, who's next? Fernando. Okay, okay. There's your ARC F. ARC F. All right, so this one here, this is great, right? 40% over the last 1,000 candles on this, and I don't know if it's even got 1,000 candles worth of data, but over the last 1,000 candles, it's up 40%. Following the strategy, 65%. You can't argue with that. That's a good strategy there. And check this out. Check this out. You miss these big ugly moves. You miss this move from here to here. This 42% down move. Yeah, easily avoided by just trend trading it. Don't have to overthink it. Hey, if the trend's going up, get in. Trend's going wrong, going south, get out or go short. Let's see here. Going through the chat. If you haven't put yours in, do it. Come on. Okay. AV Steel. Let's talk about his here that he had a lovely day with. All right. So in SPY, of course, trend is definitely down with a 20% return. All right. We talked about that one earlier. Let's look at Mu. Mu, or as other people call it, Micron Technologies, but it's way more fun to say Mu. Okay. So this one doesn't work, right? This strategy doesn't work, and that's okay. 71% if you held it. But like I say, that's just throwing a dart 1,000 candles to now and seeing what happens. Versus this performance here, yeah, negative 46%, no bueno. However, it did just cross down right now. So if you are a trend trader, now would be the exit time. And then finally, Apple. Remember when Apple used to be like the one? Hey, if you bought Apple, you're always going to win. I remember thinking that. That is not the case right now. If you follow this strategy, you're up 111%. Now the stock, like I say, just throwing a dart, 278%. So it's strong. And this is definitely one you could trade and enjoy as it has these moves. But right now, this market is just, this market don't like anybody. There's nowhere to hide. In fact, I want to do this real quick. I want to pull up the S&P 500 map. Yeah, there's nowhere to hide. That's today. What's the last month? Last month has been okay. Last month's been okay on a few stocks. The last week not so much. But I tell you what, today, whew, ain't nowhere to hide. Thanks so much for that. All right, who's got theirs? Chase, got you. Let's take a look. Now, you went to town on this, man. You put in 4. We've already talked about AAL, so you're good there. Let's look at Citigroup. By the way, if we talked about your stock and you haven't smashed like, you owe me. Smash like. No, I got you. You're good. All right. So Citibank, negative 11% over the last 1,000 candles. Not so hot. But 2% if you're trading the strategy. Hey, man, listen. For me personally, if I'm looking at a strategy and I see that the stock is down 11%, but my strategy still performs positive 2%, that's a huge win for me. I'm very interested in that. Just putting it out there. That's positive expectancy because you never know. One of these may be a huge winner. You just never, ever know. But I do know right now the trend is down and I would be very anxious on this one. And then letter T, which is AT&T. Yeah, again, this one is in a very bearish trend right now. The back test and the stock right now are basically the same, negative 32%. This is somebody that I would not want to be in unless I'm looking to go short. And then I got you one more. SABR. Sabre Corporation. Yeah, this is not a great one either. Negative 49% and then negative 34% while following the back test. But that's all right. It happens. All right. Larry says he sees a crash brewing. Yeah, dude. I'm a little nervous about that. Little nervous about it. Coin puts. Money. Coinbase. You lost on coin puts? Maybe your time frame was off. Sometimes that happens, you know. But let's take a look at it. This is down 52% in the last 1,000 candles. But if you're following the strategy, you're only down 9%. I mean, I guess that's a consolation, right? Either way, this is not one I would be interested in definitely going long. We got earnings coming up soon, so be prepared for that. Money. Kevin says AR has been solid for me this week. Who's AR? All right. AR is Antero Resources. Yeah, this looks solid. Oh my gosh, look at these results here. The stock is up 39 basis points. That's 0.39%. This strategy is up 181%. Dramatic effect. You ready? Right? You've seen that meme, right? Where the guy walks into the room. It's like, oh, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. That's the difference between just buying a stock and following a strategy. 0% versus 181%. Kevin, nice one, dude. Money Mitch, dude, I'm loving your vibes too, my friend. Spy puts an AV Steel. I got you already. I'll do oil calls for you. USO. By the way, if you haven't already smash it up real quick. I'm only going to be able to do a handful more stocks, so hurry up, put those in. I'm going to rapid fire them. Oh yeah, check this out. Oil's down 33% following the last 1,000 candles, right? I don't know when that was, but yeah. USO 50% as the return. If you're following the strategy. And yeah, look at that trend. Look at that beautiful trend. That's why we backtest to see something like that. 26% without even testing that 10-day line. That's pretty nice. It's not nice for me because my wife's Lexus SUV takes premium gas and gets 14 miles a gallon. But you know, what can you do with the V8? You know, not awesome, but this is the life we live. Gregory, I got you. Come on, you're here. Kavon's one of my 10-minute stock traders. Fist bump right at you, my friend. Gregory. All right. DraftKings. So that's DKFT. I forget what it is. DKNG. Yeah, there it is. DKNG. DKNG. Down right now. However, the stock up 95%. Up 95%. The strategy, though, it's only up double. It's only up 187%. Dude, and that's the kind of stuff that we do every day, right? This is not new. This is why it's so casual and so familiar for me, is because I do this every day. And you got to be doing it too if you want to be successful. I mean it. Let the data tell you what's happening. Don't try and guess. Ron, LNG. LNG. Is it gas? It's an energy company. So this one, it happens, right? The stock's up 100% in the last 1,000 candles. The strategy, man, it's only up 16%. It's only up 16%. But I tell you, I would love a 16% because there's been a few of these which have had a real big negative. But Sava, Ron, I appreciate your input here. Whoa. All right, this may be the best one of the day. Ron. You're going to win a gold star for this one. All right, I don't know if you can see this, and I hope you can. In fact, I'm going to make it more bigger. There we go. The back test over 1,000 candles, 400%. Get ready for that. This is the best one of the day, people. Following this strategy, it's only up 4,083%. Dude. But now's not the time. I mean, it's crossed down. It's an exit point right now. Listen, I don't know anything about Sava, but I do know one thing. If I saw something that my strategy returned 4,000%, 10 times higher, when it was even already at 476%, I would definitely make this a part of my trading habits. So yeah, Ron, that was excellent, dude. I want to end on that one. That was a real high note there. All right. I do have something I want to chat with you about. And this is the only way to be successful. And I mean it all the way through. And we're going to talk about that in today's final thoughts. One of the things that I do is I do a webinar every other Friday where I'm live, kind of like we're doing right now. And I talk about what I feel are the most important things that you could learn. And this is probably my favorite trading quote of all time ever by Richard Dennis. He's the original Turtle Experiment founder. And he says here specifically, I always say you could publish rules in a newspaper and nobody would follow them. The key to being successful is consistency and discipline. Now, my 10-minute stock traders know this. Isaac knows, especially. I saw Isaac here, right? He knows that I talk about this every day. I always say, if I give you, the strategy, if I give you the tools, if I give you what we just went through, which is a real trading edge that we just defined for the last half hour, It doesn't matter unless you actually implement with consistency and discipline. Now, if you haven't already smashed like, please do so. But I do have one other thing for you. I've been talking to Mitch about this for the last couple of weeks, and I'm so excited to finally announce this is my official announcement here. I have written a book called The Secret Investing Book, and you can get an actual copy of it, not on Amazon for 25 bucks. That's lame. I will give you a free copy, physical paper copy of this for free if you head on over to secretinvestingbook.com. Go to there right now. Send me your address. I will put this in the mail to you for free. I will pay for everything. All you got to do is help me out by covering the shipping cost. So yeah, that book is my gift to you for free because I love you guys. And I know that this is going to help you immensely. So the way to get to this, again, one more time, is the secretinvestingbook.com. That'll give you everything you need. So thank you so much, Benzinga, for letting me come on today, talk to my friends about backtesting stocks. I hope you learned something. I hope you can start implementing with consistency and discipline. Make sure you get your free copy today, right now. I will put this in the mail to you over at secretinvestingbook.com. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you next week. Smash like if you haven't already. And coming up next is my friend Mitch. He's going to kill it today. Thank you so much for letting me come on. I'll see you next time.
This is the How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast, brought to you by 10MinuteStockTrader.com, where we cover finance, stocks, options, entrepreneurship,